Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone video. Today I have by far the most complete tutorial on how to complete the yellow door Easter egg on the new Rebirth Island map. My friend DkDynamite and I have been awake for over 18 hours grinding this game to get you the most complete tutorial. It has been an absolute chore because this Easter egg is so RNG based and there are so many different locations for things. If you are trying to do this Easter egg, I would definitely recommend playing with 1 or 2 other players, as it will make it a lot easier, as you will be able to cover a lot more grounds. If you need friends to play with to complete this Easter egg, leave your Activision IDs down below in this comment section, so hopefully you can find someone to play with. So first things first, when your game starts, you need to locate an open briefcase that can spawn in various different locations around the map. This briefcase will be accompanied by 3 different photos nearby. On screen right now, marked in red, you can see 9 possible locations for where this briefcase can spawn in on the map. An awesome tip for locating this briefcase is that within the pre-game warm-up, for the very last second when the game is about to begin, the briefcase will actually show up when it isn't supposed to show up within the pre-game timer. And this can give you a head start in locating the briefcase, so if you are attempting to complete this Easter egg, I would definitely recommend going to one of the locations for where the briefcase may spawn in within the pre-game warm-up, as it may give you that slight advantage if you can locate it before the game actually begins. By the way, if you have trouble locating the location of the briefcase at the start of the game, if it starts getting too late into the game, I would recommend just restarting, because it's probably going to take you too long to locate each of the number sequences that you need, and you are probably just better off restarting. Anyways, once you have located the briefcase itself, as I said earlier, there are going to be 3 different photos right by it, and these 3 different photos show the locations of 3 different locations on the map. Basically, around the map there are going to be loads of different number sequences, and these number sequences will be random every single game. However, the 3 photos from the briefcase will point you in the direction of the 3 number sequences that you have to note down. All of the other number sequences that spawn in on the map are irrelevant, and there are an absolute ton of locations for these number sequences on the map. On screen right now you can see 26 locations. Once again, only 3 of those will be of use to you that the photos are pointing you towards. So if you want to just take a screenshot of this image that you can see on screen, that would probably be helpful. As you can see, all of the number sequences are labeled with a number, and that is to coincide with this other image that you can now see on screen. So this shows 26 of the possible images that you can receive from the briefcase. Once again, if you want to take a screenshot, by all means go ahead and do so, and these numbers obviously coincide with the numbers that I just showcased on the Rebirth Island map. So the number sequences will contain a combination of numbers as well as dashes, or just numbers. When you note them down to remember, make sure you are including the dashes, because that is important in figuring out how you input the numbers into the keypad that I will explain later on in the video. However, even knowing the general location of where these number sequences are doesn't really help you that much, because some are really hidden. So right now I'm going to go through every single one of the locations. So this first possible image you can get from the briefcase shows a bulletin board, so you want to head over to the docks, over to this building underneath the Nova 6 factory. Inside the building you will see the bulletin board, and where this number sequence can be located is right behind this green cabinet. So yeah, they are pretty hidden. The next possible image from the briefcase shows a bookshelf. Where this can be found is in the living quarters, and within the top floor this one is pretty easy to find because the number sequence is just at the bottom of the bookshelf. The next possible image you can receive from the briefcase shows a cement mixer, so this points you in the direction of the construction site, specifically this location. If you head over here you do see the cement mixer and the number is right behind it. It is a little hard to see, so you need to just be wary with with your angle, and maybe a sniper will help you see this one. I would definitely recommend turning up your brightness when trying to do this, because some of the numbers are in dark places and it can be a little difficult to see. The next possible image you can receive shows a mattress. So once again, you need to head over to the living quarters within this specific house in this building where there is a pillow on the bed. The house next to this one has an identical layout, but the bed doesn't have a pillow on it, so make sure you do enter the right building. To see this number sequence, you want to step on top of these cardboard boxes so that you can view above the cupboard, because yes, that is right, the number sequence is just above the cupboard over there. It is a little hard to see. Once again, a sniper might be a little bit better, but it is definitely viewable. The next possible image you can receive shows some terminals. Where these terminals can be found is within the Nova 6 factory, so make your way over to where I am showing on the map right now. And right by these terminals you will see two TVs or computers, and right below one of them is another number sequence. The next possible image you can receive once again shows some terminals or generators. These can be located within the prison block where you are seeing on screen. And you want to make your way all of the way down, and there is a little area that is hidden by the staircase, and just over here you will see a number sequence right above this computer terminal. The next possible image you may receive shows some blue machines. Where these can be found is near the harbour, directly where you are seeing on the map. Now this one is a little hard to see, and it will definitely be useful if you have a sniper or a long distance scope, because it's located beneath the metal gate or fencing and you can see it right there. It is a little hard to see, it is within the dark, so once again, if you are having trouble seeing it, just turn your brightness up. The next possible image you may receive shows the sky with a rope, and this is probably a bit confusing when you first see it, but it isn't actually that confusing. You need to head over to the gondola. This is obviously located near the docks, and you need to actually get on top of the gondola in order to see this number sequence. So you can do so by just parachuting on top of it, or alternatively, if the gondola has stopped at one of the two possible locations, if you go into the corner, you are able to mantle on top of it. You kind of have to push yourself a little bit, but it is doable, and then you can see a number sequence right over here. The next possible image you may receive shows a lab coat. So naturally, where this is located is within the bioweapons lab, directly where you can see on screen. So what you want to do is you want to make your way right up the stairs, and you will see a shelf over here, and you want to make your way on top of the shelf where you will see the next number sequence. So the next possible image you may receive shows some Nova 6 canisters. On screen right now you can once again see where you need to head if you get this specific image on the map. So just follow the directions. Specifically, you need to head over to the basement of the bioweapons lab. Obviously this was formerly known as Richthofen's lab within the original Alcatraz / Blood of the Dead. And if you make your way down into the basement where there are all of these Nova 6 canisters, this one is pretty easy to find because it's slap bang in the middle of these pipes on the wall. Nice and easy. The next possible image you may receive showcases some lockers. Where these lockers can be found is within the prison block, so make your way over to where the footage is showing on screen. You want to make your way just down these stairs where you leave the infirmary, and this one is a bit different to the rest because you need to look into these holes and there will be a separate number in each of the holes. So yeah, just note down that number sequence there if it happens to be one of your locations. The next possible image showcases some power switches. So from here you want to make your way over to the decon zone, and if you make your way into this room you will see obviously there's a bunch of these servers with the power switches, and if you mantle on top of this barrel and look above this wall of servers you will see the next number sequence there. The next possible image you may receive showcases a green box. This once again can be found within the decon zone, however it is actually outside the building. So if you make your way down here you just want to mantle on top of the green box, and if you peek behind it you will see the next number sequence. The next possible image shows a window. From here you want to head over to the chemical engineering building where you can see on screen, and if you make your way over to this floor you will see that window in this room and there is a desk with a computer on it, and the number sequence can be found just underneath the desk right here. You might want to go prone just to make it a little easier to see. The next possible image you may see showcases a tower, and you want to head over to near the docks where there is a tower on the map, and you want to head up the ladder right to the top of the tower, and you will see the number sequence right on this panel looking directly into the sun. The sun is definitely blinding, making it a little difficult to see, but yeah, that's the next location. The next possible image shows a ladder, and this is located in a tiny shed that is a little bit away from the prison block where you can see on screen. So if you make your way into this shed, you will see that if you mantle on top of here and look behind the radio, that will be where the next location for a number sequence is. The next possible image you may receive shows some dual canisters. If you get this image, you want to make your way over to the chemical engineering building where you can see on screen. If you make your way over here, you will see that there are these two silver canisters, and if you look at the pipe right above, you will see the number sequence right below it in the shade. The next possible image shows a barrel, and this one can be located by the sea just outside of the construction site. All you want to do is just mantle on top of this box and peek behind this blue barrel, and that will be the next location for a number sequence. The next possible image you may receive shows a body bag. Now this one is actually probably one of the easiest to find, so simply mark on the map this location where there is a tunnel that leads into the decon zone. If you make your way inside the tunnel, you can see the number sequence right on this door here. Definitely one of the most obvious ones. All of the rest have been way more hidden than this, but hey, I'm not complaining. There are so many different number sequences, they should all be easier than this, to be honest. The next possible image you may receive shows a satellite. If you get this image, you want to make your way over to the security area, and right below the metal staircase, if you go prone, you will be able to see the next number sequence right at the back on the building over there. So note that down if that is one of your sequences. The next possible image you may receive shows a brown door. This is located at the very bottom of the prison block. Definitely one of the easier ways to make your way down here is through the door that is located in the showers. And if you make your way down here, simply mantle on top of these boxes and you will be able to look above here and you will see the next number sequence on the wall. The next possible image you may receive shows what appears to be a server console. This can be found once again in the decon zone. And if you simply mantle on top of these computers, you will see the number sequence hiding right behind this TV screen. It's a little hidden and you will have to move to see the full thing a bit. The next possible image you may receive shows the docks door. This is a bit of a tricky location that is located near the harbour. Once again, just make your way where the map is showing in the background. This was a bit difficult to find, but when you actually know the location, it's pretty easy. So there is this blue door here, and if you look to the right of it, just above this box, you will see the next number sequence on the wall. The next possible image you may receive shows an IT room. So this is once again located near the harbour. As always, on screen right now, you can see the general location of where it is located, and you want to head into this specific room, and you will see a bunch of computer server panels, and there is the cement pylon going across the roof, and you will see the number sequence in the corner right there. Nice and easy to spot. The next possible image you may receive shows a painting on the yellow house. So obviously you want to make your way over to the yellow house, which is near the living quarters. However, here is the thing. The number sequence is actually located right above a fan on the side of the building, and I believe the only way to properly see this number sequence is by falling from the roof of this building and seeing it as you fall down. So you really need to have a keen eye for this one. I've tried looking at it with a sniper, and even from below, you can't really get a good enough view of it. So yeah, right now the method seems to just be falling and seeing it very quickly. Hopefully you have a good memory. I guess you could try film it as you are falling, and then you can look back at that footage. Finally, the last possible image you may receive shows some wooden planks, but unlike the rest, these wooden planks can be located flat on the ground, and these can be found near the security area. Once again, head to the location that you can see on screen on the map, and you want to actually head into the building below where these planks actually are. And if you head into the building, you want to just go prone, and you will see right underneath this metal shelf will be the final number sequence. Once again, all of these number sequences will show up within your game, however only 3 of them will actually work for the Easter egg, and you will be directed to which ones are relevant to the Easter egg from the photos from the briefcase, and all of these numbers will be random every single game. So once you have noted down all 3 of your number sequences, you want to head over to a secret yellow door, and this can be located in the main headquarters building on the ground level, and there will be a keypad where you will have to input these 3 number sequences. So obviously you received 3 sets of numbers, so the way that you have to order your number sequences is in a way where it doesn't start or end with a dash. So if you have 3 numbers on its own, it will always be the first number sequence that you should type into the keypad. If you have 3 numbers and then a dash, once again it will be the first number. If you have 2 numbers, regardless of how many dashes are present, it will always be the middle part of the sequence. And if you have 3 numbers with a dash at the start, then it will be the final part of the sequence. Hopefully that makes sense. So you need to make sure you input them in the correct order. Of course, you can find these numbers in any particular order, but just make sure that you input them correctly. Once you make your way inside the room itself, you will find a specialist bonus, and there will also be the foresight kill streak. But the most important thing, and probably is what a lot of people are doing this Easter egg for, is you will be able to collect the beautiful Red Room silenced SMG variant for the Milano, one of the new Black Ops Cold War weapons that has been added into Warzone. On screen right now you can see some footage from the menu of the game, so you can see what it looks like, and you will be able to equip this in any game moving forward after you have unlocked this variant. Now there is also a lot of really cool storyline stuff located in this room. So there is this report from the Chairman Committee State Security, and it reads, Dragovich covered his ass after breakout, blame Steiner, knew better than to blame me. And then it's signed K, and I can only assume that that is in fact Kravchenko. I feel like somehow the zombie storyline and the stuff they're doing with Warzone and Black Ops Cold War right now is all going to tie together, since it does seem like Kravchenko is in fact the leader of the Soviet-led Omega group within the zombie storyline. There's various different ciphers on D Machina that obviously are labeled K, and right here we see that yes, it is in fact Kravchenko. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.